Hey, so I've been wanting to tell this story for a while, so I decided to tell it and also enter it into Crockett's Ribs contest. So one time when I was 13 years old, my dad was hunting with a friend of his, and he stumbled across a cougar kill. Now this cougar kill happened to be a really nice buck. In the state of Oregon, you can't just pick up a kill and bring it home. You have to get a special permit. So he gets home, he calls the Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife, he knows a couple people there, and he gets a special permit. And he tells me, he says, "Get your rifle. We're gonna go get that cougar kill head." And so I get my deer rifle, and all the way up into the mountains, my dad is telling me about, man, these, the thing about mountain lions is they're really sneaky, and that mountain lion that I killed weighed 125 pounds, and you know how strong just a regular house cat is. Just imagine a house cat, the size of a bus, and so my dad was just really telling me all these stories about, one time he saw a cougar drag down a horse and all this stuff, all the way up there, and he's talking about how protective they are of their kills and all this kind of stuff. And I'm 13, and I'm starting to kind of get, I'm getting really nervous, and so hindsight being 2020, I know he is totally jacking with me, which is something my dad always did. But all the way driving up there, he's telling me about, now listen, you gotta really keep your head on a swivel, and you gotta keep your eyes open and your ears open, because we don't know where this cat is, and we're messing with his food, and we're in his territory, and so we get out of the truck and we start walking out towards where he found this kill, and it was quite a hike. It was probably 300 or 400 yards off into the brush off of this old logging road that we were at. And the whole time, man, he'd stop and he'd say, "Did you hear that?" And man, my eyes were just as big as saucers, and he says, "You got the gun." He says, "You need to be out front." And he makes me walk in front of him, and he'll tell me, "Oh, hey, go to the right a little bit, go to the left a little bit." So I don't even know where I'm going. And he says, "Okay," he goes, "Okay, stop." He says, "Okay, here it is." And I start looking around, and I said, "Well," he goes, "Okay, we're at the kill site. Where's your knife?" And I said, "Dad, I don't see it." And he says, "Look down." And I looked down, and that son of a bitch had walked me right on top of that cougar's kill, and it was so well buried and so well hidden, I didn't even see it as I was walking, because I was looking around for that cougar. And I'm standing on top of this cougar kill, and from standing on top, you can see where this cat had just pawed dirt and stuff and really buried it, and all you see is one antler kind of sticking up out of the ground. I about lost it. And here I am standing on this cat's food, and my dad had been telling me all these stories about how nasty they are, and and I know he was getting a kick out of it. So we harvested the deer head, and the whole time, man, I'm just like, oh man, I'm just looking around, and I've got my rifle, And he says, "Well, we got to be quick. We got to be quick." And so we harvest the head, and we kind of walk out a little bit, and we come out into a bit of a clearing, and there's a stump kind of right in the middle of the clearing, about the size of a garbage can. And he says, "Oh man," he goes, I gotta go to the bathroom." He goes, "You just hang out right here." And he sets me on that stump, and he set that deer head behind me on that stump. And he says, "Just hang out here for a minute. I'll be right back." And he just disappears into the woods. And here I am, 13 years old, with a deer rifle and a deer head at my back of the cougar kill, and I'm freaking out. And I start hearing things. I hear a twig break, and I hear this, and I'm hearing the wind, and I'm hearing everything, and I just start really, oh man. And finally, I just took that rifle and shot it. Bam! And Dad goes, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, it's me, it's me, it's me." And he comes into the clearing and goes, "Come on, it's time to go. I was just messing with you." But yeah, that's one of my favorite outdoor stories. So Crockett, I think you're fantastic, and I really appreciate all you do for the community.